Imagine for a moment standing in a quiet room. Suddenly, without warning, you're no longer there. You're not in that room, not even in the same world. Instead, you've been transported, teleported, into a parallel reality. A world where things seem almost the same, but not quite. The sky is a little bluer, the buildings taller, and the very laws of nature a little different. Could teleportation between universes be possible? Or is this purely the stuff of science fiction? Welcome back to Mystery Beyond. I'm Professor Sterling, and today, we're diving deep into the mind-bending concept of teleportation and multiverse. Stay with me, because we're about to embark on a journey across worlds. Teleportation. Just the word conjures up visions of futuristic machines, Star Trek beams, and quantum leaps through space. But what if teleportation isn't just about traveling across space, but across realities, dimensions, or even universes? Today, we'll ask the big questions and explore both the science and the mystery surrounding these ideas. We'll challenge what we think we know about space, time, and existence itself. What if the universe you and I inhabit isn't the only one? What if there are countless universes, parallel realities, running alongside ours? And what if there was a way to move between them? To teleport, not just from one place to another, but from one universe to another. Let's start with what science has to say about this. Quantum teleportation, this is where the science begins. Now, let me be clear. When scientists talk about teleportation, they're not talking about moving people or objects. At least not yet. But what they have achieved is something equally mind-boggling. Through a phenomenon known as quantum entanglement, scientists have teleported quantum information, qubits, from one place to another. But what does that really mean for us? Is this the key to unlocking teleportation on a much larger scale? Quantum mechanics is a strange world, where particles can be entangled, meaning they share a deep connection even when separated by vast distances. Change one, and the other changes instantly, no matter how far apart they are. It almost feels like magic. But could this concept of entanglement one day allow us to teleport not just information, but ourselves, to another universe? What if teleportation isn't about distance at all, but about connections between parallel worlds? Consider this. If particles can be connected across our universe, why not across different universes in the multiverse? Could quantum entanglement be the first step in discovering how to bridge these worlds? Maybe teleportation is closer than we think. Or perhaps the real mystery lies not in science, but somewhere even deeper. Let's talk about the multiverse. The idea that our universe might be just one of many, an infinite number of parallel universes, where every possible outcome of every possible decision creates a new world. It's a theory that's been explored in science fiction for decades. But now, physicists are starting to consider it a real possibility. But if these parallel universes exist, is it possible for them to interact? And more importantly, can we travel between them? There are several different ideas about what the multiverse might look like. The first is called the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics, which suggests that every time a decision is made, the universe splits, creating a new reality for each possible outcome. Think about that for a moment. Every decision you've ever made, every decision you didn't make, could have created a new universe. So, could we find a way to jump between these worlds? If so, how? And what would we find on the other side? Another idea comes from string theory, which suggests that our universe might be just one in a larger, multidimensional space. These other universes could be just a hair's breadth away, but we can't perceive them because they exist in higher dimensions. Could it be that teleportation between worlds requires us to tap into these hidden dimensions? And if we could access them, would that give us the power to move between worlds? And then, there's the idea of bubble universes. Each universe a bubble, floating in a vast cosmic sea. Occasionally, these bubbles might collide or touch, and in those moments, perhaps a bridge could form. A bridge allowing teleportation between universes. Could it be that in the future, we'll find a way to manipulate these bridges? To move freely between worlds like crossing a street? Now, let's stop for a moment and think. If we could teleport between universes, would we want to? Imagine stepping into a world where everything is the same, except just a little different. What if you found a version of yourself there? What if that version had made different choices? Would you stay? Or would you come back? And what would happen if you couldn't? Teleportation and multiverse don't just challenge our understanding of science, but of reality itself. What does it mean to exist in multiple places at once? To have multiple versions of yourself? And from a philosophical or theological perspective, how does this align with our understanding of creation and the divine? In some interpretations of theology, especially in Islamic thought, there are stories of divine journeys, like the Isra and Mi'raj, where Prophet Muhammad is believed to have traveled across vast distances in a single night, possibly even across dimensions. Could this be an ancient example of teleportation? A moment where the physical and the metaphysical intersected? And if so, is it possible that teleportation between worlds has been happening for longer than we think? Just not in the way we imagined? We often think of teleportation as something futuristic, technological. But what if it's spiritual as well? What if the ability to move between worlds requires not just advanced science, but a deep understanding of the universe's metaphysical nature? Are there mysteries beyond the physical realm that could explain how teleportation might work? As we draw to a close, we're left with more questions than answers. Could teleportation between universes be possible? Maybe one day. Maybe the answers lie in the quantum world, or in the hidden dimensions of string theory, or perhaps in something beyond science altogether. But for now, we're left to wonder and to imagine. What if, right now, there are countless versions of you, countless worlds, just waiting to be discovered? And if the chance came to teleport between them, would you take it? Join me next time on Mystery Beyond as we continue to explore the unknown, the unexplained, and the mysteries that challenge everything we know about reality. Until then, stay curious.